Give me a final send-off for the Audi. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to another video. What a way to start the video with some bumps. I'm here with Mr. Nathan. Nathan, how do you pronounce your surname?
Dakanay.
Dakanay.
You know, just follow me on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Burnt Automotive. On
One of the founders of
No,
Burnt.
I'm the founder.
You are the founder of Burnt Automotive. So today, we're on his Audi R8. Dude, wait lang. I have to compliment your complexion. You're so white compared to me.
Oh, no!
I am so Filipino with Nathan beside me. So, anyway, so this is an Audi R8. And this is the supercar that most supercar owners talk about. Do you agree?
I'd say so.
You say so.
Yeah,
because
I'd say so.
I have friends with supercars. I have a friend that also has an Audi R8 V10. And he has a plethora of cars. And he said, I'd take the R8 out for a quick spin than these cars. So the Audi R8, the supercar na pinag-uusapan ng madaming naka-supercar. Why? Because this car is probably the most practical supercar that you can get. And right now, at this moment, it's actually affordable. Alright? That is something that you have to know.
Yeah, for 4 million pesos, that's very... 4 to 5 million,
yeah.
I'd say.
Let's just say on average, like the cheapest that you can get right now is 4 million.
I think the best you can say it is that this is cheaper than a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, or a Porsche.
But it does feel like one.
Yeah.
I've driven the 458, and this sounds and feels like the 458. Okay? The
So
V8.
This is a cheap 458.
It's not a cheap 458. You know, it's not a cheap alternative because it's good in its own way. Hindi siya something na, kasi pag sinabi mo naman cheap, napaka-degrading naman nun. It's beautiful in its own way. I know it sounds cliche, bro, pero it's really hard to just call it cheap. Especially with all of these features. The body line is very iconic for its age. And what is the year model of this?
This is an 09 model.
For a 12-year-old car, this actually looks better. Don't hate me for this. It looks better than the new one. This looks a lot better than the new one for my taste. And to have that styling, they really put their head to it na we have to make this car last. This was the halo car ng Audi.
This is still the
halo car of the Audi. And I think they are very successful. Unlike Lexus, the LFA was great, but don't get me wrong, that car was not... If you want a halo car, you want people to see it. Diba?
Yeah, of course.
That is the halo car. You want people to see it, so hindi pa ako tapos sa intro. Like, holy shit, this is so much to comprehend right now.
I mean, kasi to me, this car is very... It asks for your attention.
Yeah, it does. That's the difficult part. I'm trying to remember and talk about the things that I want to talk about this car, but it just absorbs you. The gauge cluster is beautiful, bro.
I think this car, it really asks for your attention. For me, take it from me who drives this every day. I have to always look here, there. So imagine whenever I'm vlogging, I'm like...
So all your attention has to be...
Yeah, and the driving. So instead of the driving becoming the second nature, I have to make the vlogging second nature.
Kumbaga, this is something that you shouldn't lay off your attention because it really sucks your attention in. The gauge cluster is just there. The steering feel is amazing. It's hydraulic power steering, right?
Yeah, it is.
I love the hydraulic power steering. It feels like the 458's rack and pinion. It's weird because the sound as well it sounds like a 458. Practically, they're both V8s.
Yeah.
What do you love about this car?
Okay, I'd say first. Okay, a lot of people will hate. I wouldn't say they would hate me, but this is debatable.
Yeah.
Most people think that the Audi R8 is a subtle supercar.
But it's not.
I will tell you right now, in the Philippines, it's not. I mean, every time you pass by, see, they're all looking right now. They're pointing.
This is Iron Man's car.
Yeah,
it's very
that's
iconic,
why.
Diba?
That's why. It's a very iconic car in its own right. We'll talk about racing.
Okay.
It's racing heritage. The original Audi R8 was a Le Mans car.
Yeah.
Okay. in Le Mans. That car won, I think, for 4 years straight against Ferrari, Porsche, Lamborghini, and every other competitor it had. Okay. Now, what's amazing about that is that it had a V8 twin turbo. Most R8s, including the V10, would go straight to a V10 with twin turbos or a V8 with twin turbos, and it would perform just like the actual race car. This is a homologation car.
So basically, you're telling me that this car has a potential for a Le Mans.
Yes,
Le Mans race car.
It is. The reason why it's called the everyday supercar is because it managed to last in Le Mans. If you can trust a car that can race for 24 hours straight and win,
and that's the best bang for your buck.
Yeah, exactly. So that is why people actually love this car. Okay, now I'll talk about the cons of this car.
Yeah, what?
Like any other sports car, it asks for attention.
It does.
Not just outside, but inside. Okay,
Inside.
you always have to be aware.
Aware. It feels like a normal car, but it is actually, you tend to forget that it's actually a supercar.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's his point. It feels everything's here. Stick shift, pedal shifters, high beams, even the fucking volume controls and everything is there. But you tend to forget that. I even tend to forget that this is not a normal car. And what he's saying is, you should put more attention because you're not driving a normal car, even though it feels
like a normal car.
Yeah. In terms of let's shift outside the car. Let's shift in the power band. Would you say this is too slow? Because it is a V8 model. Would you say that it should get more power? Would you say that I should have gotten the V10? This is an Audi R8 V8, the classic one, the first one. Audi's engine. As you may have known, there's a V10 model which shared the Lamborghini Gallardo for the previous model, and the new model shared with the Huracan.
Okay. One. I'll start first with the engine.
Yeah.
The V8 engine was developed by Audi.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The V10 was made by Lamborghini.
All right.
If I got the V10, then I practically bought a Lamborghini.
Exactly.
So
What would you
what's
say
the point?
about that? Yeah, what's the point?
What's the point? I should have just gotten a Lamborghini. If I wanted the Lamborghini, I'd get the Lamborghini. But no, I will get an Audi because I want an Audi. I look, you all of you can fight me. I always say that the V8 will sound better.
It does, and it actually does, because I complimented him a while ago that this sounds like a Ferrari's V8, and it actually is a similar sounding engine. People in the States and in Europe, they actually say that these two V8s from the Ferrari 430 and the 458 sounds very similar to the Audi R8's classic V8. And that's actually a plus. Just change the exhaust and give a better sounding exhaust system. It will probably sound like a beast Ferrari.
Okay, yeah. As I was speaking, upon buying this car, I was really looking for a V10 model in the beginning. I feel that this car is more of me because
You're an Audi guy.
yeah, that's one.
That's one.
That's one.
That's one.
The other thing is we live in a country where you don't really need that much speed, okay? Unless you're a race car driver.
He's right. If you're gonna track every day, the V10 is for you.
If I wanted a fast car,
I should have just gotten a better car.
no, I wouldn't say that. My philosophy is, if I want a fast car, I want to build it myself.
Exactly.
This is not a car that you build yourself.
You just buy this.
Yeah, you buy this.
Yeah.
But a while ago, you said that the engine is slow or this car is slow.
Not really. Not
420 is
no,
not slow.
Not slow. I'm just saying, is it worth it to buy the V8 versus the V10?
Yes, because the only thing you actually have to do with this car is get a transmission tune and
that's
an
it.
ECU tune. That's it.
That's it. If you do get the V10, remember what he said. You are going to buy basically a Lamborghini. And Lamborghini parts are Lamborghini parts.
Yeah.
Sadly,
Yeah.
Audi parts are also Audi parts. It's gonna cost you more money to maintain a V8. And as I've said, this sounds very similar to the 458. I think that's a plus already for Audi. They made a very good engine. He's gonna drive the car. I can't talk about the car if I'm driving it. I'm too distracted. So we're gonna switch places. He's gonna send us some pulls and we're gonna listen to that. We have switched positions. All right, that sounded bad, but I'm now in the shotgun. Sa shotgun na ako, and he's going to show me how to drive this car because I cannot drive this car because I'm too busy talking about the car.
Sport mode on.
All right, he's here, ready. And that's the V8. Dude, palta mo to na exhaust. It's gonna sound like a Ferrari, dude. I swear to God.
Oh, actually.
Can I tell them your mileage?
No.
It's young. It's young.
Just say it's young.
It's very young. Yun ang sabihin ko sa inyo. For an R8, this is actually really young and it's on pristine condition. I can actually say, the only thing I see aged here, bro, is yung Audi Navigation Plus mo. Which is...
Oh, no, that's really a thing.
That's the thing, yeah, because the screen is not from our age.
Even the V10s are like this.
Yun lang. What was that? That's like a magical button na pinindot mo. Ano yun?
Sport mode.
What the fuck? Does it automatically turn off the... Oh, that downshift though, dude.
Yeah.
No? Holy fuck. That's a good V8. That's a great sounding V8.
That's what made me buy this car. When I heard the V8 versus the V10, I really wanted to get the V8.
Don't get me wrong, the V10 sings, but this thing growls. Nag-growl siya.
Yeah.
Hindi kumakanta. The V10s, they tend to sing because they have more cylinders, more runners.
It has a more high pitch.
This
compared to this just roars. Hindi ka magsisisi na bilhin to. As in,
so you're telling me I should buy one na?
Yes. It's practical.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go, Nate. Holy shit. It's a great chassis. I can feel that you can control the car.
Yep. It's just we have bad bumpy roads. I hate this.
You know what will solve this, dude?
What?
Air suspension. Promise. What a great car you have, dude.
Just enjoy it.
Yeah. What a great car.
That's better kasi you actually get the full experience.
There's more to talk about if I get my own.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Holy shit, okay. Just accept it, Kyle. I like how it's just, you know... Does it feel predictable on that speed?
Yeah.
It doesn't want to go out of control. I cannot say it because I'm not in the wheel, pero it feels like it's predictable.
Oh, Porsche GT2.
Fuck.
Dream cars mo.
Yeah. It's okay. I'm a Lexus boy right now, so it's okay.
Yeah.
So yun. Now, what else do you want to talk about the car? Have we covered most of it? Maintenance, yeah, Volkswagen, all right. Driving, practicality, styling of the car is amazing. I think that's about it. You can just...
Okay, we'll talk about the transmission.
All right, transmission.
This is important.
All right.
So, regarding the transmission, if you guys have noticed, I've been shifting more than I should have been. That's because this is technically a manual, but I'm just letting the clutch do its thing on its own because it's a computer automated clutch. Now, the thing about that, you have to be very careful about flat out shifting.
Don't treat it as an automatic car. Treat it as a manual car because if you tend to forget, okay, pag nalimutan nyo na this is an automatic with a single clutch, you will probably break the transmission.
Yes.
And that's gonna cost you an arm and a leg.
Yeah, the transmission alone is already expensive. And you can't find the clutch in any other car besides the Gallardo, which is...
It's gonna, yeah.
But you only have to like change the clutch maybe once or twice in its lifetime.
So that's
Watch
it.
This.
So he's going to give me a final send-off for the Audi. That's going to be it for this video. We're out of battery. Nate, can you do the honors? Would you like to shout out your page? And
please follow me on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook at Burnt Automotive or Burnt Racing. We post vlogs, car photos. If you want to be part of the Facebook group, feel free to join us. Thank you guys. Please follow me.
yeah, please help them out.
Yeah.
And thank you, Nathan, for letting me drive the car and showing us how to own an Audi R8. The supercar that most supercar owners they actually talk about. Why? Because it actually is a practical buy. And you can afford one.
Mas mahal pa nga
Mas mahal lang, yeah. R35 is actually about expensive. So yeah, that's going to be it. We're gonna cut the video now, but if we have time to do a proper outro later, see you guys in a bit. For now, this has been Kyle from Fitment Engineering, and you're watching Fitment TV, and we're going to turn into a corner. And goodbye. It actually feels fun. It feels fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun car.